Guys, welcome to Reality React channel. In this channel, we watch reality TV shows to recap, review, and for the fun of it. And today we're watching Uthando Nes'Thembu real novella season 8 episode 4, and we watching starts by Mseliku on the screen with his son singing Abahamba Bahambayo Susala Snenga when he's talking about the fact when he was trying to give advice to Umpumele, him how to manage his temple, and the fact that even if he fights with one of his wives, he doesn't decide that if it was their night, the night of that wife, he doesn't decide to teach her, he doesn't decide to do anything, and he's giving an example to say your mother, what. And then in the diary session, Mayeni asked, have I ever denied you food or denied you your marital what are they called, marital matrimonial rights? And he says no, you have not. So why were you telling my son that I am the one? Or when you kept referring to your mother instead of saying my wives. And I don't understand why she would want him to be specific to say Mangwabe, or because she's the one that's known on the TV show that is just the one that says note for his matrimonial rights, wear tight pants to bed and whatnot. I wonder if she even denies him food when he gets to her house. So those are the things that he's trying to advise his son, that is taken out of context by Mayeni, because I think that she's trying, maybe she's just joking, I don't know, as well, because she's still laughing with him in the diary session, so she could be joking. But yeah, she's not having that. She's trying to show him that these are the things that I say when I say your son is taking after you. So as they are trying to reveal the number 5 and in slow motion, Makale is busy yaying finally and all of that, and she was saying that she hopes that they don't get to see her, but they finally see her. Mayeni's face, she's smiling a bit, and Guabe start clapping, and I can't read Makumala's face. She's just blank. Like she said that she doesn't have feelings for this new wife or new anything because it has nothing to do with her. And then Seligu says, Ungenelo number 3. Is like, what is he trying to say? I know he's joking, but what exactly is he, what type of message is he sending for himself? Because it's like, I want these people to stay, I want to continue building, but then I am telling them to their face that this is number 3. So is he telling them you can leave? And I also wonder, if they leave, how does divorce work when a person is married to like 2 or 3 people, and then the other person leaves? Is it the same way they share their wealth 50-50? Because they are customarily married, right? So when they add a new wife, it's like, how does it mean, how does it work? Hi. When his wives that he's not sure if they want to stay or leave. I think that's the thing. And then in the diary session, Makumalo asks how is he feeling, and she tells him that he's very brave when he's being. And yeah. So once number 5 is revealed, Matkale asks if he has paid Lobola for her, and he tries to jigga the questions. And Mayeni insists that to ask, have you really paid Lobola for her instead? And then he says that I wouldn't reveal a girlfriend or a side chick to Matkele. She asked that I do not do that. And then Matkele says, if you have paid Lobola for her, then you can bring her to me. I'm just wondering when, because traditionally, I'm not Zulu, but traditionally, if you marry someone else, the people that you are married to are supposed to have known that Mseliku is going to send Lobola. Even if they are not part of the delegation, they're supposed to know. So what does that, why is Matkele not knowing whether he has paid Lobola or not? How do they run things in this family? Hey, things are confusing. But then Mayeni is asking, since you have decided to marry a young woman, would you still have energy for us when you come to when it's our turn? And they are joking though. And she says, yeah, he's still going to have energy for them. He's not gonna snore in their house or sleep while when it's the turn for the other wives. Mangwabe had noticed that Mayen is awfully quiet. Kumalo is awfully quiet. What's it? So Mangwabe makes a comment about the fact that Kumalo is very quiet when this person is getting announced, and then she says, and she laughs, and then Makumalo says in her diary session that Yana, when she has said something, she stick by it. She doesn't care about this number 5. Whatever happens, happens. As long as she remains married to her husband, who is a very good leader, according to her. And then Mayeni asked him in their diary session, so since you have decided to marry someone as young as this woman, are you still gonna have energy for us when it's our turn? Or you are going to be snoring because she would have drained you? And they says, I think now they're just flirting. He says, try me. As they are jokingly talking, she tells him that he needs to exercise and stick to a diet because he needs to have more energy for his other wives. And I'm like, she's so right, because now she can't be a 2-minute noodle. Guys, like she's just she's just joking, playing with him, and then he's saying, now he noticed that now it's no longer a joke because she's questioning his manhood. And I'm like, interesting, because to me, I thought that now they are just flirting with each other, joking, and he's saying that uzomncisha because she is being disrespectful. And then Mayeni asked, what is the girl's surname? Where is she from? And stuff like that. And Musa says that he is not going to tell her who is this girl because he has promised Matele that he is going to tell her first. And he is not going to reveal the girl's surname. He's not going to do that. So now Mayeni indicates that I'm also your wife. That's the promise that you have to keep for Matele. So if you are going to introduce us to this person and we ask for details, I also have a right to want to know who this person is and what are they all about. And I think that she has the right to ask, because if this man did not want to tell them like that, and he knew that Matlele would like to have first dibs on this woman's name and surname and all of that, he could have literally done that and arranged that it be done like that. I feel like he is failing both his two wives that are now arguing about this thing, and they shouldn't have been arguing about it, because he could have had these, because I feel like he could have arranged the meeting differently, told Mayeni. Not, he wouldn't have known that mine would actually, I don't understand why he can't tell them who this person is. Why is it that Makele is wanting first dibs on who the person is? Is she going to do research? What is she going to do with that information? And why is it so important for him to keep this promise? Because if he wanted to keep the promise properly, he could have literally told her on the ride to say, I am going to introduce a new wife, and this is the person's surname and name. Because why are you introducing this information half-heartedly? I don't understand this. And then Mayeni, in her diary session, she tries and tell him that she doesn't understand why this information is being held like this, and also the fact that this new wife is going to experience the same thing that they have been experiencing around Musa, and she's going to wonder what type of man is this, and how is she being treated like this, because she feels like, if the same way as new girlfriend, new wife feels about situation, when they first meet a person, they always excited about the situation, and then they get to know the person, then they see that this person is not as advertised, because that's how, as human beings, we are in in general. And it's not because people change, but in Musa's case, it seems like he changes, because then he asked Mayeni in that diary session, "Am I a bad man? Am I not treating you well?" But she just says that, you know what, she's going to figure it out, because when Mbali was being introduced, she felt like she was a Yoruba baba before she got to know you. And when she found out what type of person you were, she knew that it wasn't as rosy as it had looked. So, because Mayeni is holding on, she's carrying this whole episode for today. She also brings the fact that it seems like Musa is endorsing the fact that Mpumelelo can marry someone else instead of the girlfriends that he already has, and that is going to cause problems in his life. And she tries and find out, do you know who the girlfriend is? Do you understand the situation that this boy is putting himself into? What do you say about that? And he can't answer. And she goes back to the previous question to say, as much as you have promised my sister wife Matrele that you are not going to reveal this woman's surname and all of that, and you are still not able to answer, and I understand, but I still want to know. And I'm like, this thing could easily be resolved. They could literally move to the other side, and then he answers her. Is it going to be a problem that she's the one who got to know first? And then Matlele is also trying to argue with her, and then she says at the end that Mayeni should not interfere into the relationship that she has with Musa. And they also bring about the fact that in that show, Mseleku was busy saying that he has served Matlele more than anyone in this family. And then she asked Matlele asked Mayeni, did you see him saving me more than he serves everyone else? And according to me, it seems like, as much as it's not saving per se, like she's not being held differently compared to the rest of the other women, but she's not staying Mzumbe number one, and her house looks better than everyone else's house. I mean the interior. I don't know, like I can't compare the structural side of things from the outside, because obviously those will be different, because the other ones are in Mzumbe, the other one are in Sea Park. So maybe in that case she might have been saved compared to the other wives, but in this case they're just fighting for nothing, according to me. Like they can literally move to the side, discuss, and say, this is the person's surname, I mean, and this is who this is where they are from, and this is how old they are, because that lady looks very young. I'm sure they all can see, but that is to be expected, because if his aim is to have kids, it's better to marry someone younger and stuff like that for him. So finally, they finally agreed to say that Matkala and Mayeni will be addressed differently around number 5 to find out who this person is and stuff like that. And then he starts to thank them, all of them, to say thank you for coming. And he thanks all of them like that, according to from the bottom up. And then he asks he tells Mangwabe that I've asked you not to leave me. And then they all say hi, Bo, and stuff like that. And then they say, oh, and when he thanks Makale, he says, Mam Kulu. And she says, please don't call me Mam Kulu, because you said that there's no Mam Kulu in this relationship, and it must remain like that. And I get her. If a person has said what they have said, and he meant it, because you can't tell me that he didn't mean it. He really did mean it, because why was there a need to even mention that there's no Mam Kulu in this relationship? And then so now once they are done with the fight between Mayeni and Matlele, and she says, now she addresses all the wives to say that I have noticed that you guys like interfering. Please stop interfering in my relationship between myself and my husband. You were not there from the beginning. My thing is this statement that she's saying is partly incorrect. As much as these people were not wives to select, especially Mayeni, she was never really alone because he always had girlfriends in this relationship. So as much as they don't know in much about their marriage and all of that, and these interferences that she's talking about, it can't be that a person laughs and then she asks, why are you laughing, and you calling that an interference. She was not really interfering, she was just wondering. Maybe she just wanted to get the joke that she is saying, that in this case Makumalo. I don't think she was interfering, she was just wondering, why is the joke, why are you laughing, and when everyone else is not laughing. And sometimes jokes are dependent, or they depend on whether I find it funny. Someone can say a joke, we all don't laugh, one person gets the joke and they start laughing. Why is she offended? And as much as they are married to this person, at all of them at the same time, they don't experience him the same way. Well, it's supposed to be like that because they are not the same people, and the way they react around things, it's not the same way she has changed over the years in terms of whether she wants number 5 to be in their relationship or not, because now she's saying that she had said in the previous episodes in season 7 that he can even take number 6, he can have a train of wives, of whether if he wants to do that. And previously she had said after 20 years he was not supposed to be taking more wives. So these things, they change the same way. She needs to accommodate other people as the matriarch of the family, as much as she says she's not, but she is. Well, they are all matriarchs, they are all supposed to play different roles according to their levels. So it seems from these diary sessions, the episodes and all of that, it seems like Mangwabe is still sticking to her story to say number 5 will be number 4. She will be replacing her. And then Mayeni and Matele, Mayeni is no longer living because of number 5, because that's not what she's saying. Even though Mseleku keeps saying that person will be number 3. Is he chasing Mayeni away? But from the things that they are saying, it seems like when Mseleku has a new wife, he disrespects the other wives, and both of them, Mayeni and Matele, are saying that he must not do it because it's not something that he can easily change, and it's not like they are going to forgive him easily. So he must not do that this time around. He must continue doing what he's supposed to be doing for his wife and not act funny or act brand new. As they are saying their goodbyes, Mayeni in her diary says that it means that Nyaga Itole, because Mseleko has decided that she's no longer good enough for him, so it's not going to work out for them and stuff like that. But I think they're just joking and nothing much, because I don't think that's basically what Mseleko is going to do. He's not going to lower the other people's positions because now he has a new person, and that's not what's going to happen. And also in the next episode they are showing that he is trying to call Mayeni to, I don't know, to do what, because he was in the other scene, it seems like he's asking Mangwabe to say, please don't leave me, and if you still love me, and she's just being herself, not being, but I feel like she's being accommodating this time around him. She's smiling and all of that. I don't know if she's smiling because she's on her way out, so it doesn't matter what he does, doesn't really bother her that much. That's what she's saying and doing. And thank you guys for watching this recap. Please subscribe and like the video, and see you guys in the next one.